general group discussion on the topic what is the biggest challenge the India is facing currently, what are the main reasons for it, and what can be the solutions. If you have no objection, I would like to start the point. The biggest problem India is facing is currently unemployment, and especially among the young and educated people. It's because there are overwhelming amount of people getting degrees, but there are not same level of opportunities for it.
I would also like to add a few more points for the India's biggest problem. I'm completely agree with the point which Yash has highlighted, unemployment, and along with that, there are more issues like healthcare, skilled education. After that, political instability across the different states. After that, also air pollution issue, population issue. These are the major problems which India is facing currently. If anyone have any opinions, they can add.
Yeah. So in my opinion, unemployment is major problem just because of right now industry has a major openings and requirements, but they don't have required skill set in our candidates or educated person. So they are looking for the specially for a degree instead of they has to focus on the skill sets. So in case they will focus on the skill sets, so there is no might be the problem because industry looking for the skill sets, not for the degree. So if our educated person will focus on the skill sets, so they will get a job in the required industry, and even industry also ask for those candidates those are having a required skill sets. So that is my opinion.
I want to continue with this. There is no problem with the candidates. I feel that because our education system is structure in the way that it's only based on the theoretical, and it is just for the degree, and they don't have that much of skills involved in the degrees. So government also should design the courses and the education system where the skill sets are there and should be there, and it should be mandatory because whenever we go outside and when we face the first job, we don't have any kind of skill set, and in that interview we feel that. So from the first year of the education, from the early stage of the life, we have to start developing on at least one skill. Government at least encourage the students you should go ahead with at least one skill, so it will help to start earning money in the young age. I feel that. I don't know about others' opinion.
Okay, so our basic education in the school. So most of the parents have mindset of that if their child will get a good degree, then they will get placed. But with time, this is now no longer correct, right? And most of the people wants to get job, but there are very few people who really want to involve in business and want to do the. So there are very few people who is really interested in entrepreneurship and the business job creations. So majority of people just have got the degree and they just want to get job from someone else. And this is the basic problem, right? We India is a big country, right? We have millions of working populations, and most everyone wants to get the job. So, and in our society also, doing business are not well promoted, neither by parents nor by the government education, neither our education system. Even our education system doesn't have any specific subject for the business, especially from beginning, right? So I believe that we need to change the mindset of people as well as the skill set of a student and start interpreting the business skills from very starting period. So when they enter in the job market, they will not only see market as a job, but also as a job creator rather than a job consumer.
I would like to add some more points on it. Okay. So India is you know that, right? India is the largest youth country in the world, right? So we have in the education system many more people are graduated, right? But when they graduated, we don't have that much of job capacity, right? Some of they are searching for the private job, but they couldn't find right job because of the job problem, right? We can correct using the teaching mechanism, right? Right now we are focus on the theory rather than the practical and skill set, obviously. So we have to use latest skill set. And just mention, right? You mentioned at least in education system, one or two technical subject it should be included in every syllabus. So that's my point here.
One thing, young people get the job, but they don't have a sufficient salary, so that is also issue. They can't manage our home, school fees and general our home. So that is also a big problem. So who have get
Uh, Good morning, all. According to me, India is the biggest biggest country in the world for populations. There are too many unemployment in India. Our main problem is that population. Everyone said unemployment is biggest problem in India, but that instead of the population is too many problem. There are a lot of problem create because of the populations. There is no limitations of the population. There is a no way to how to decrease the problem with solve this. So my opinion is that first of all we need to pass the one bill in the Lok Sabha Parliament. So we need to populations. Then we can get a job in many industries, and we can solve the problems of food, water, supplies, everything, whatever there. So that is.
So I just want to highlight that one point that he talking about the passing the bill in the parliament. You have to understand that there are lots of bills passed in the parliament, but there are no nothing is working out like that because people also need to have a civic senses about that.
Yes.
India is the country where the civic sense is almost dead. People don't have a common sense and civic senses. We can control there is also come about the religion also might be the Hindu population can control, but what about the other population, other religions? They are not going to control. In Hinduism, there is a one marriage is allowed.
Yes.
That is also affecting. We have limitations to how many child the woman can deliver, but there are in the other religion, like in Muslim religion, they can get married 3 to 4 women, so they can easily deliver 8 children per man. So how you going to control that? Because and we cannot control them, right? They're going to raise the issues we are the minorities and government is only targeting our community, and they are not targeting the Hindu community, right?
Yes.
And in India is only about the Hindu and Muslim, and when you go apart from the Hindu Muslim, it's the casteism. So you pass n number of bills, and there is no workout on that because people don't want that. People just want the debates, nothing else.
But
and corruption is everything.
no, but this is not a point of Hindu and Muslim. It's a point of only population. I'm not saying criticism of other caste or other religion. It's a point of because of we need to control on population.
Yeah, but I'm completely his point also is valid.
Yes.
Okay, because if you'll talk about the different religions, so we need to find the trend which religion is growing fast. Okay, so in that way government has to put a control on everyone's irrespective of right now the way we have only Hindu Act. Indian Parliament should propose a act irrespective of any kind of religions. Okay, so the act should be equal to everyone. Okay, I'm completely agreeing with you, but also I'm disagreeing with your point of the population. If you take an example of China, okay, earlier the China was having a more population than India, right? But the way they grow, they are the second largest GDP in the world. They are having 18 more than 18 trillions of GDP, whereas US is 32 trillion, and India is the fourth country after Germany, which is we only have 5 trillion GDP. So this is not only the issue with the population, the way government thinks, right, and the people thinks. We only think about we will complete our graduation and we will get a good job and we will marry with a good girl and we will settle down. So government should educate everyone, so that they should instead of getting into a job, they should start their own business, so that other people should also get a job automatically. So it's not everyone will not get a government job, right?
Mm.
So we need to think about that, and everyone, it's our moral responsibility that not only governments, that how we can build our nations, how we can in that.
I completely agree, Mayor, with some of your points. But I heard some news, right? The China is they perform the old age seniors. They shoot. I think they were shoot. I heard news, but I don't know what is exact. And you one point you mentioned, right? The Chinese people is more hardworking, right? Right now in India, we used to work at 8 hours, right? But in Chinese, you can see they work more, lot of at 12 to 15 hours. They regularly work. So we have to work on that aspect as well as. Yes, that-
I disagree with all your point actually. So India's population is not increased. First thing, our per woman child birth is come to around 2.1, and even if you see the distribution, our population is already started to decrease aesthetically, right? And even if you start to analyzing that where the source is coming, so different states have different childbirth ratios. Especially the South India, the population is decreasing at alarming rate. It's around 1.8 for Tamil Nadu and somewhere out. Only the population is rising because of two or three North Indian states like Bihar, UP. Their population are increasing. Apart from that, overall country population is started to decrease for last couple of years. So overall, if you see the picture, it's quite clear that even for a Maharashtra state also population is declining. So in next 10 to 15 years, we'll see that situation that our population is going to decrease. And this is already happening.
So it's the case of education, right? Education is increasing. Education rate is increasing in the example which you have given, the Maharashtra. Whereas if you increase the education in UP, Bihar, so that people will think about clearly, and they will instead of increasing the population in the spare time. Okay.
No, one
Okay,
more thing,
but problem-
add here. We are depending on other companies, not in Indian companies. So we are purchasing anything from China. We are working in abroad company. So we need to our Indian need to establish and grow our Indian company. So it's easy for us to everyone get the salaries properly and get the job.
In my point of view, if you see, China has a top one population in last few years ago. Okay, but if you see their GDP growth, because right now they don't use any other company software, other country software. They have manufacturing everything in their country. But if you see in India, we are completely depends upon other countries' application software or industry. So in my point of view, government should encourage people to start their own business for their own business. Government guide us or train to people how to start their business, how to establish their own industry, and based on the industry they will generate the employment. That is the one point. For before the employment, government should change their education syllabus, so that syllabus should be completely applicable with industry, how industry is going and upgrading, and what industry looking for. So based on the syllabus should be available for the students. So when students will learn those things, yeah, XYZ industry looking for the this type of syllabus, or IT industry looking for this type of courses. So practical education system should be followed by the government. So based on that, what will happen, student can start their own employment, start their own business, as well as they can learn more things, practical things, and if they want to start they want to start their jobs, so they can join any industry. So because right now from the at the time of education, he has everything. Right now what happened, once he will get a degree, then he will join somewhere classes or training courses, then he will get a job. So if you see that time span, in that time span he will getting frustrated, so mentally disturbed, many more things happen in their life. So the government should look into these issues as well.
Okay, created their own product, right? But India, it's gradually, slowly and gradually they have started. You can heard about the Make in India campaign, right? So last time Modi was arranged and lot of entrepreneurs they came to there and they are discussing. So they have started their own firm. Okay, and the second point, the raw material. India, why we cannot build any product? Because we are dependent on the raw product, right? And mostly the raw product come from the Chinese and other countries, right? So that's why. Yeah.
I totally agree with you all about the biggest problem of India is unemployment. But in my opinion, the biggest problem is India facing is corruption. Corruption is facing it's affecting on economic growth of India. And as per the last year. News media has published corrupt Indian citizens stashing lots of millions rupees in Swiss bank, and it's very bad. And in my opinion, if we withdraw that black money from Swiss bank and distribute in all people, there will be no issue of unemployment and poor peoples. So, in my opinion, the biggest problem is India is only corruption.
Excellent point. So I come from a family, right, where everyone is government official. So when we talk about that, we can handle the corruption, right? Corruption is only bad until you are not involved in it. Once you get involved in it, the whole story changes. So our whole culture, our Indian culture is that we put our best talent, like all the top cream of the Indian layer is usually present in government official. They are mostly government officers are involved at different places. So they are the system, they are the actual person. The government is just making the rules, but they actually implement those rules. Since the implementer is gaining from that corruption rules, so they implement the rule accordingly, such that they will benefit them before benefit the normal people. So they tweak the rules so that will allow them to get some level of some part of money to get to them, and then the remaining part go back to the public. And this is the problem, right? And it's hard to solve. Even the government make the rule, they will not implement it. So many government has tried before to bring some very hard rule on them, but this never worked because your whole police system is corrupt, your whole court is corrupt. So even if you try to implement those rules, most of the time those people will just get away of this. Like even if someone do the corruption of 50 crores, 60 crores, they will go to court and then they will bribe the judge and then get away with it. And this is common pattern across the India. So it's not that easy to just say that corruption is great. We need to change it. And one of the approaches that government is now trying is that they are just making the public company to the private. So they are simply losing the control. So that if the control be the private person, there will be no concept of government people involved, and then it will be improved. And once the charm of government job will reduce, then people will try to move to private job and do the business, and that will help the economy better rather than consuming the government resource using government.
Totally agree with you. We as Indians love taking shortcuts. Indians love taking shortcuts. If we got a chance, we will drive our bikes on the wrong side of the road. It's because we all want development until it's our time to help the government. We all want metros, but we get annoyed when there is construction. We try to break the rules at any point where it benefits us. Either it's in the government offices or on roads or on a very personal level. We are, to be honest, as Indians, we are selfish on the core. We really like to get our way, even if it hurts our country or other people. It can be shown in recent UGC guidelines. As the current guide, if you guys know current guidelines, if SC and ST student reports on another upper class student about it can be a false, but there will be no what can I say?
No penalty. So penalty
there will no penalty on the false accuser.
But so put a stay on this.
Yeah.
So on the I also want to talk about that, like what we earn and why we should pay the taxes to the government is also a question, right? We are lacking of the basic systems in our, like, we are also facing the bad roads. Even the roads are getting built, but they are not that quality. In India, in the construction field specifically, if you want to like take the contract, you have to first bribe to the local MLA or local corporator. Then you also have to pay to the official PWD officials. They are not going to leave you. If you didn't bribe them, you are not getting any kind of approvals to start your project, and they also going to stop you in the middle of the project, and that also is the biggest problem. And I also want to know that, like, government should give the benefits of the taxes, right? So people should feel that, like, oh yeah, I'm paying the taxes and I'm getting something, right? Even if you go to the civil hospital, there are like a basic, there are not basic things are there. Like it happens with my friend. He came from Coimbatore and came to the case hospital. There was one patient came in the hospital and he said, "Doctor, I feel pain in my chest." So he said to his coworker that bring the ECG machine. So he said, "Oh, the ECG machine is not there. We send it to another hospital because they record it." Like, how is that? The population of the city is 80,000-90,000 and you don't have one basic ECG machine in the hospital. And our civil hospitals are like that. Like, nobody want to go there. If you go there and you are healthy, you're going to be sick. They are like a hell like that. And talking about the education system, no one here, I'm sure that they want their children go and study in the government school. I don't know, like, there are some government schools that are great, but I don't feel that they are up to the mark. Like, if you go like a private board like CBSE or IB boards, they are much superior than the government bodies, right? And students also get the advantage when they like study from the private bodies. And not about that also, and we also looking about the drinking water. Like all the factories are throwing the garbage and trashes and water into the river, and we are drinking that water. That, like, recently the one video went viral on the social media, that how the Ganga water is like shit, and we are like drinking that water just because of the holy river. Like, how we supposed to keep our holy river and how the river is like that is not even the water is not even touchable. He said. He is not an Indian, but he is an American expert. Like, we also feel, we should feel ashamed. Like, we are saying that this is our mother, and our mother is dirty. There are small problems are there. Like, even my friend went to the UPSC interview. The senior asked him the one question, like, are you interested to do the corruption? So he said no. He said that you are lying because the system is like that. Even if you are honest, you have to do corruption if you want to stay in the system. System is like that.
But I would like to stop you here, okay? Because you have highlighted so many points. If you'll talk about, if you'll come to a conclusion, right? It's individual's moral responsibility. If you'll not give a bribe to the government officials, okay? Even if you know that these things will not work, okay, means he will not allow our project or anything. So if you'll stop that bribe, so he will if you think means everyone should participate in that, okay. So once it is there, so they will also stop taking the bribes, and we will miss. It's our moral, everyone's moral responsibility to change to make the India proud, okay. Not only the government system, because we only the people who elected them, okay. So it's our individual's moral responsibility.
Yes, total. I totally agree with all. India faces the many challenges, but one of my opinion, in a million young people, entire job market every year, and India has a very large population, That is the another problem.
Yes, I totally agree with all of the point. And first and my last opinion is according to me, I have seen that lack of discrimination of Indian peoples. So they have whenever they want to park their car, they not follow the traffic rules. This is the most important point of the view, and we should need to improve in that. Means
point today. I think government should look into the many more points like education. So they have to make a better education for the all the students and educated people. Then second is the infrastructure. So right now many cities have infrastructure issues, so they have make a proper planning and proper road infrastructure. Proper planning and is executed as well. And regarding the population, so they have make some rules, and government should create create a rule or pass the bill in the parliament regarding population, to how to control that population, so everyone can get educated, everyone can get jobs, everyone can start their own business. And in